Hi boys and girls, it's Miss Kate and Henry out at Hudson Crossing Park. You know, we have a lot to be thankful for this month of November, and something we should also be thankful for is that it's Indigenous Peoples Month. Indigenous people are Native Americans, or you might even know them as Indians, and they were here on this land long before Henry Hudson thought he discovered this river. The Native Americans who called our area home were called the Mohicans. That means people of the river. Mohican comes from the name Mohicanayok, which is from the waters that are never still. That's what the Mohicans called the Hudson River. The Mohicans lived here for thousands of years, enjoying everything that this land brings to us today. They lived in large villages, and they had cornfields, they gathered nuts and fruit, they hunted and fished. Their clans were called the Bear Clan, Turkey Clan, Turtle Clan, and Wolf Clan. As you can probably guess, nature was a really important part of their lives. You could also probably guess that the river was really important to them too. They did, after all, call themselves people of the river. The river provided food, transportation, fresh water, and all sorts of things that the Mohicans needed. The Mohicans would actually travel up and down the river in canoes made out of birch bark and wood. They look a lot like the canoes that you and I might use on the river today. The Mohican people lived in what is called a longhouse. Several families from the same clan might live in a longhouse together, with each family having their own section. Longhouses were created with bent trees covered with animal hides or tree bark, with a hole in the roof to let the smoke out from their fire pits. They would gather in villages with fences around them to protect them from outsiders and wild animals. The Native Americans traveled up and down the river in canoes. They lived in villages just like we do, and that's not all we have in common. The Mohicans were farmers, just like so many people are farmers in this area today. They would grow crops in their fields, and specifically, they grew what they called the Three Sisters: corn, squash, and beans. They believed that these three crops, when grown together, made them all better and stronger. And they were right. If you grow corn and squash and beans together, they will be tasty and healthy plants. And good for you, too. Henry and I have decided to take a little field trip to Victory Woods, because this is another important site from Native American history. Let's check it out. Victory Woods is part of the Saratoga National Historical Park, and it's named Victory Woods because of the part that it played in the Revolutionary War. But that's not the only important thing that's happened in this area. Archaeologists, who are people who look for evidence of things that happened in the past, have found evidence that Native people gathered here, lived here, cooked meals here thousands and thousands of years ago. Archaeologists found tools that people had made and rocks that they had cooked their meals on from over 7,000 years ago, right here in our backyard. Just imagine, people have been gathering in this very spot for thousands and thousands of years. They would get together with their families and their neighbors. They'd cook meals. I'm sure they would sing and talk and laugh just like we do when we get together with our friends and family. It's just another wonderful piece of the history that we have right in our backyards. After being forced from their land by other native tribes and white settlers, the Mohicans traveled west and eventually settled in Wisconsin. Today, approximately 2,300 people are part of the Mohican tribes. They celebrate their culture every day in many, many ways, and they teach others about the importance of Mohican culture as well. You know, Henry, it is so important that we recognize that there were people living here long before Europeans claimed to have discovered this land. They lived here, they hunted here, they loved this river, just like we love it today. And so this week, Henry and I are thankful for an opportunity to recognize the people that came before us and the people who lived here and are part of our history. Have a good week, boys and girls. We'll see you next time.